It's the tower!
What's that coming over the hill? Is it a monster? Is it a monster? What's that coming over the...
This is ridiculous. How is everyone? Everyone all right? Good, good. Now, before I came out tonight, my boy Ricky in there put his arm around me. He said, look, Tower, you need to do this. You need to get out there where you belong. But he was pointing at the exit, so I was a little bit confused about where I was to go. Now, when you all look at me, you can probably tell what everyone thinks when they look at me. And it's true. I do have a hole in my shoe. But no, I know I'm very tall, and I've always been tall. And because of that fact, I've always had nicknames and things like that because of my height. The first I can remember is Lanky Larry. It's not very imaginative, and even to this day, I only know where half that name comes from. I've always been tall, I've always been slim, so yeah, the Lanky's there. Larry blows my mind. Recently, I was likened to an amalgamation of Big Cook and Little Cook. Now, from the little research that I've managed to do on this, I found that I look a very, very slight amount like Little Cook. What with facial features and relatively long ginger hair. And the Big Cook comes into this because I'm big. I do get asked, I was up in Leeds. I was up in Leeds not long ago for a night out. And on the way to the club, walking to the club, I was watching, across the road, a gang of yob pricking about at the side of the road, pissing himself, doing all sorts of stupid crap. So I just started and watched him for a bit. And he just looked up. He saw me looking at him. And he just went like that. What are you looking at, Harry Potter? Now, I had to think. It was on my mind all night. But I had to think. And the only way that I can sort of link that he thought I was the boy wizard, because I'm not entirely sure Daniel Radcliffe or Harry Potter is very tall. The only fact I could link back to me looking like the boy wizard was the fact I wear glasses. That's it. So if he goes to Specsavers, that'll blow his mind. I think it's Hogwarts. Hogwarts. I have been asked some surreal questions about my height. The three favourite of mine are, did I enjoy working with Chris Rock when I was the giraffe in Madagascar? Is Clifford the Big Red Dog mine? To which I replied with, no, it's Emily Elizabeth's. Duh. And did I get to keep the costume when I played Chewbacca in Star Wars? You're a Star Wars fan over there? I have recently also been likened to David Tennant. Whether this is the fact I've got ginger hair and I'm partially Scottish, I don't know. Maybe the fact I wear thick-rimmed glasses, I don't know. Maybe the fact it's features, I don't know. Maybe it's the fact I lived in a phone box for a few weeks, I don't know. I've always been tall. Even at home, I'm taller than my siblings and my parents. My siblings, I've got one brother, one sister, both much older than me. One of them's a bitch. The other one's my brother. And I was the accidental split condom that my sister likes to remind me regularly. And looking at my stubby little dad, it might not have even been his condom. But now my mother, I found out a few months ago that my mother wanted me aborted when I was 17. But my mother, bless her, you know, you get those mothers where they've got the child, they'll throw them up, they'll catch them, throw them up, catch them. Everyone has a laugh. My mother, oh, bless her, she'd throw me up and walk away. But no, I love my mother dearly. I absolutely do. I'd always look up to my mother, She's only 4'11". Always look up to her, though. I was out. I'm often out. And now and again, I'll get some people of... I'm sorry to all the taller members of the audience, but I'm going to use this phrase. There were some people of normal height. And they would walk past me and turn to their, sorry again, also normal-heighted friend, and really subtly just go, "Oh my God, he's so tall!" To which they must think that my ears are so high, they're out of the realms of where sound can travel. Now, at this, I usually turn around, boom. Just because I'm tall doesn't mean I'm deaf, which they usually seem more surprised at. But there are now and again, there's a few that pluck up the courage, pluck up the balls, and come and ask me how tall I am. It's usually in a club and things like that. They come prancing up to me. "Oh, you're really tall." That information is not new to me, all right? I've always been tall. I've lived with this shit. But then they go on and say how tall I am. I just say, 7 foot, what of it? But then they usually go on their merry way. Sometimes buy me a drink. That's fine. If anyone wants to buy me a drink, I'm 7 foot. But a few weeks ago, I was stood outside Nats, cost cutters, whatever you know it as. And sat there with some mates while they were getting fags. And this one guy, 30, 40, maybe even 50, sidled up to me, massive trench coat, sidled up to me like that, head down, looked up. "How fucking tall are you?" Now, it scared me a little bit. I thought he was using my height as a threat against me. But what I did, I thought, you know what? I'm going to be brave. I'm going to be brave. So I did what I did. Stood up straight. I said, "Aye, sir. I'm 7 foot." And I thought I'd won this battle. I thought I'd won it. Until he replied with, after a few seconds, he just replied, still looking at me, "Nice." He then left, sidled off the same way as normal, just head down. I then did what any normal person would do, and freak out. Because he's the sort of guy where I didn't know if he wanted to chop me off at the knees or get me on my knees. But there's been one time, though, where I've just felt so bad after someone asked me about my height. I was out in York, shopping with my mum, and... take my mum shopping. Oh, York. Yeah, York. Whatever. Don't care about my mum. Took my mum shopping, and this old guy, he saw me in the street. He came up to me so politely. He just said, sir, how tall are you?" As if to genuinely ask how tall I was. And because I've had an absolute crap day, I just lied. I said, "I'm 7'8". And he genuinely believed me. He shook my hand and all sorts. It was as if I've made his day, his week, his month, his year. And I felt bad after it. But I felt even worse when, after we were out of earshot of this nice old gent, my mother clipped me around the ear and said, "That's why I wanted you aborted. Lying!" I have been Tower. You have been fantastic. Thank you very much.
What's that?